Hello there, my name is Valerie White Williams and I'm a voice teacher and a vocal coach for Vocal Splendor Studios. Today I'm doing another reaction video and this time I'm back to reacting to Michael Jackson performing She's Out of My Life live in Yokohama 1987. Let's have a listen.
She's out of my life, and I don't know whether to laugh or cry, and I don't know whether to live or die, and it cuts like a knife. She's out of my life.
Okay, I'm going to pause just a minute. There's so much I want to talk about. So they had this keyboard, but you could tell right before he started the song, he was really quiet and kind of turning within, because this is an introspective song. Most of the stuff, he's dancing, doing all this stuff, but to get into this ballad, you have to kind of focus inward to get into those emotions and the pictures. A lot of artists will have visuals. They have visuals that will click them into the song, especially when you're doing a big show like this where you have to transition, and then you're going to focus on the images that are going to remind you of the text. That's how you sing emotionally. You can see that in this first time. He was like quiet, and then he was like had his eyes closed to really get into that emotion. You see that again and again.
It's out of my hands. It's out of my hands. To think that 2 years she was here, and I took her for granted. I was so cavalier. Now the way that it stands, she's out of my hands. So I've learned that love's not possession.
It's live.
And I've learned that love don't wait. Now I've learned peace is precious, but I've learned to leave. Out of my life, it's out of my life. Indecision and cursed pride. I got my love for her like the day inside, and it cuts like a knife. She's out of mine.
That was so touching. Oh my gosh, yeah. A little water escaped at that point. Oh my gosh. I've always loved this song. I've done a reaction to the recording, but then someone shared with me this particular live version, and I love the live. He is so 100% committed to being real and being in the moment. Yeah, it makes me wonder who hurt him, what relationship went south for him. But truly, anyone who's a certain age is going to have those people, whether it's a lover or a friend. Sometimes you have falling outs and it's just you can't repair it. You try. So I think this is a song that is very relatable for everyone, and obviously for him. Like I said, those images, that's how artists can pull in that emotion, is they have these images that they also rehearse. Sometimes you're going to rehearse the feeling of the images so you can find, the passion in the song. It looks like for him, it came quickly, even in front of this huge stage where he was getting all this love throughout the song. People were like, "We love you, Michael. We love this." But and what I'm impressed is that he can kind of split his attention from, obviously he's performing in front of this huge arena and entertaining people, but on the same time he's able to focus inward of this experience that he had of losing somebody that he regrets. Mistakes were made, and you can feel that emotion. You can see that in his emotional preparation. And even that end, where he just was like, some of it was staged, truly, having different movements, especially in a big auditorium, makes a big impact. But it still felt really true. It felt really honest and real. Because sometimes artists kind of give an impression of that emotion. Like they kind of, it's not real. It's like, I'm going to act like I'm sad. Like, oh, I'm sad. But it may not be real. And so he's always bringing that realness. And the way you do it is you tune in to your memory bank, which means the older you are, the more experiences you have, the more things you can draw upon. I usually tell my younger students that don't have things like that, they can look at a movie or a book or a play and find that emotional point of view. Now, that's the performing side of selling the song or making it real. The other thing that I saw quite a lot is how he used the mic. He was going back and forth. So it's a real live performance when that mic is being used that way. Now, what happens with the mic is that if the voice in the high range can be really high and loud, it will actually give feedback or blowback on the mic. So when you're singing really high, people will pull back like this. And then if they're singing more low, or breathy, about my life. So you need the mic really close. So you have to pull it back. So you could see that. And then times, was he jumping down the stairs, walking? You could tell there's like a little feedback, which meant it's live. It's totally live. And then he went to that woman and gave her a big hug. And see, again, being able to like split his mind in some ways. He's, brought that woman up, gave her a hug. She was like, so excited. Yet it's a sad song. So it's kind of a little bit of a quandary. It's a paradox. That's what performing is. I mean, you're trying to create this emotional feeling, yet you're aware that you're performing, yet you want to be deeply in the emotion, yet you also want to be aware that you want to create a compelling performance, which means movement and different postures. I never get tired of watching him. He is a master class in performance and being 100% committed to not only the performance aspect, but the emotional aspect. I never miss it. I miss him so. I'm going to cry if I think about it too much. But if you love Michael as much as I do, make sure you subscribe and click on the bell, and please let me know what other Michael Jackson songs I should react to. I have done quite a few, but I know there's a lot more to do, and thankfully we have his beautiful videos to come to and look at. And he sets the bar high. He's doing it all, and especially at this time period. I know later years he did a little bit more lip syncing and a little bit more tracking, but he started having more health issues. But I love this era because this is when he was at his prime. He was feeling good, and even later he's still great. But touring is hard. Touring is really hard. Relationships break up, people have health problems. It's a grind. So it's really tough to stay in that. So if you love Michael as much as I do, make sure you subscribe. And I also want to let you know that I am teaching through this shutdown. I've been teaching online since 2011. So if you're interested in some vocal coaching, let me know and go to my website at vocalsplendor.com. And then I want to let you know of my 2 free passion projects. The first one is called Creative Soul Alignment, and that's a group for people that are interested in the creative arts and spirituality. That's the perfect thing, because when we are creating, we are experiencing our divine nature. And we have everybody from painters, poets, craftsmen, singers, songwriters, painters, photographers. It's all great. Poets. It's great. We are here to be creative and create the world with what we want. So we have that creative power, and I want you to think about that. And then the next group is called YouTube Success Strategies, and that's where I'm teaching people how to be successful on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for well over 10 years, even before Google took it over, and I figured out how to help anyone succeed on YouTube. I'm teaching free training in my Facebook group called YouTube Success Strategies, and I also have a course that lays out everything. So if you're interested in that, you can go and find the links in the description. All right, take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.